या अली या हुज्जतल्लाहि अला खल्क़िही या सय्यदना व मौलाना इन्ना तवज्जहना वस्तशफ़अना व तवस्सलना बिका इलल्लाह व क़द्दमनाका बैन यदै हाजातिना या वजी इश्फ़अ लना या बिन्त मुहम्मद या कुर्रत ऐन रसूली या सय्यदतना व मौलातना इन्ना तवज्जहना वस्तशफ़अना व तवस्सलना बिकी इलल्लाह व क़द्दमनाकी बैन यदै हाजातिना या वजीहतन इंदल्लाह इश्फ़ई लना या अबा मुहम्मद या हसन इब्न अली अय्युहल मुज्तबा या इब्न रसूलिल्लाह या हुज्जतल्लाहि अला खल्क़िही या सय्यदना व मौलाना इन्ना तवज्जहना वस्तशफ़अना व तवस्सलना बिका इलल्लाह व क़द्दमनाका बैन यदै हाजातिना या वजीहन या अबा अब्दिल्लाह या हुसैन इब्न अली अय्युहश शहीद या इब्न रसूलिल्लाह या हुज्जतल्लाहि अला खल्क़िही या सय्यदना व मौलाना इन्ना तवज्जहना वस्तशफ़अना व तवस्सलना बिका इलल्लाह व क़द्दमनाका बैन यदै हाजातिना all of us या वजीहन इश्फ़अ लना या अबल हसन या अली इब्न अल हुसैन या ज़ैन अल आबिदीन या इब्न रसूलिल्लाह या हुज्जतल्लाहि अला खल्क़िही या सय्यदना व मौलाना इन्ना तवज्जहना वस्तशफ़अना व तवस्सलना बिका इलल्लाह व क़द्दमनाका बैन यदै हाजातिना या वजीहन या अबा जाफ़री या मुहम्मद इब्न अली अय्युहल बाक़िर या इब्न रसूलिल्लाह या हुज्जतल्लाहि अला खल्क़िही या सय्यदना व मौलाना इन्ना तवज्जहना वस्तशफ़अना व तवस्सलना बिका इलल्लाह व क़द्दमनाका बैन यदै हाजातिना या वजीहन या अबा अब्दिल्लाह या जाफ़र इब्न मुहम्मद अय्युहस सादिक़ या इब्न रसूलिल्लाह या हुज्जतल्लाहि अला खल्क़िही या सय्यदना व मौलाना इन्ना तवज्जहना वस्तशफ़अना व तवस्सलना बिका इलल्लाह وقدمناك بين يدي حاجاتنا يا وجيها. يا أبا الحسن يا موسى بن جعفر أيها الكاظم يا ابن رسول الله يا حجة الله على خلقه يا سيدنا ومولانا إنا توجهنا وتوسلنا بك إلى الله وقدمناك بين يدي حاجاتنا يا وجيها. يا أبا الحسن يا علي يا ابن موسى أيها الرضا يا ابن رسول الله يا حجة الله على خلقه يا سيدنا ومولانا إنا توجهنا واستشفعنا وتوسلنا بك إلى الله وقدمناك بين يدي حاجاتنا يا وجيها. اشفع لنا يا أبا جعفر يا محمد بن علي أيها التقي الجواد يا ابن رسول الله يا حجة الله على خلقه يا سيدنا ومولانا إنا توجهنا واستشفعنا وتوسلنا بك إلى الله وقدمناك بين يدي حاجاتنا يا وجيها. يا أبا الحسن يا علي يا ابن محمد أيها الحادي النقي يا ابن رسول الله يا حجة الله على خلقه يا سيدنا ومولانا إنا توجهنا واستشفعنا وتوسلنا بك إلى الله وقدمناك بين يدي حاجاتنا يا وجيها. बुलंद आवाज से इंशाल्लाह. Again please. या वजीहान. या अबा मुहम्मद या हसन अब्न अली अय्युहा ज़कीयुल अस्करी या इब्न रसूलल्लाह या हुज्जतल्लाह अला खल्क़िह या सय्यदना व मौलाना इन्ना तवज्जहना वस्तशफ़अना वतवस्सलना बिका इलल्लाह वक़द्दमनाक बैन यदै हाजातना. मिलकर या वजीहान. Again please. या वजीहान. या वसी अल-हसन वल खलफ अल-हुज्जा अय्युहल काइमुल मुंतज़रुल महदी या इब्न रसूलिल्लाह या हुज्जतल्लाहि अला खल्क़िह या सय्यदना व मौलाना इन إنا توجهنا واستشفعنا وتوسلنا بك إلى الله وقدمناك بين يدي حاجاتنا. Please lift up your hands. And for all the Mazlumin, the oppressed one in Palestine, a special dua for them. Ya wajihan indallah ishfa' lana indallah. Again please. Ya wajihan. For raising the estate of all the Shuhada, Palestine and other part of the world. Ya wajihan. For all the marada, all the people, they are not feeling well. For the good health of all of them. Ya wajihan. For the hastening of reappearance of Imam Zaman alayhi salam, and all we must inshallah ta'ala become the servant of Imam alayhi salam. And for all of your old du'as, please say 3 times with the loud of your voice. Brothers and sisters, all of us together. Ya wajihan indallah. Ya wajihan indallah ishfa' lana. Ya sadati wa mawaliya inni tawajjahtu bikum a'immati wa uddati ilallah wa tawassaltu bikum ilallah wa istashfa'tu bikum ilallah fashfa'u li indallah واستنقذوني من ذنوبي عند الله فإنكم وسيلتي إلى الله وبحبكم وبقربكم أرجو النجاة من الله فكونوا عند الله رجائي يا سادتي يا أولياء الله صلى الله عليهم أجمعين ولعن الله أعداء الله ظالميهم من الأولين والآخرين آمين رب العالمين. Salawat bar Muhammad wa ala Inshallah ta'ala, we have officially about 3.5 minutes left before we start the speech. So please all of you sit down, and once Surah Al-Fatiha and 3 times Surah Al-Ikhlas for all the marhumin, mu'mineen, mu'minat, muslimin and muslimat, and all the participants, they are here, especially for their marhumin and the one they brought the niyaz and they done whatever they have done for this dua and prayer and for everything. Please Surah Al-Fatiha and 3 times Surah Qul Huwallahu Ahad. Say loud salawat please. Allahumma salli. Inshallah, after this speech, we have 2 of the brothers. They will be reciting poetry about Imam Zaman al-Islam. If I please request to all of you, please face towards me, not towards the wall. So please, if you all face towards me, say loud salawat and just turn your face towards me. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم لا حول ولا قوة إلا بالله العلي العظيم وصلى الله على محمد وآله الطيبين الطاهرين المعصومين المنتخبين المنتجبين المظلومين. Say loud salawat please. It's been 2 weeks since we started our topic, 14 minutes of speech. If you remember, we picked up the topic, how to build a Muslim society or a Muslim community. And if I give you just a little summary, what we have discussed, we had some of the points to discuss when we want to build up a Muslim society. And the very first point is knowing God. And when it comes to knowing God, then there are so many subheadings we have to go through. Last time we reached the last slide, which was, what is life? What is actually life? We see that there are creations of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in the materialistic world, which are in 4 different types or different stages. The very first creation of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the stone. The second is the plant. And the third one is the animal. The fourth one is the human being. But before these 4 creation, we discussed another point, and that was potentiality or substance. When something become a stone, has to be some sort of potentiality within that element to turn into stone or turn into plant or turn into animal or human being. So in that case, we have potentiality, we have stone, we have plants, we have animal, we have human being, which is in the middle, the 5th one. And then after, once human being dies, then we have 4 more stages before it goes through the throne of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And those are the very first personality which we encounter, that is the angel of death, Hazrat Israel alayhi salam. And the next one is the angel of sustenance, who is Hazrat Mikail alayhi salam. And then we have the 3rd angel, who is Hazrat Israfil alayhi salam. These are the positive side, and those were the negative or below 0. The human being Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created on ground 0. لَقَدْ خَلَقْنَا الْإِنسَانَ فِي أَحْسَنِ التَّقْوِيمِ. So the human being has got 4 stages down and 4 stages up. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sent down us on this ground 0, and if we have more tendency towards the desire, which is towards the stones or plants or animal, in that case we will be degrading ourselves. But if we have the tendencies towards the purity, to become pure, then we going with the very first person we encounter, that is Hazrat Israel. The next is Mikail, 3rd one is Israfil, and the 4th one is Hazrat Jibrail alayhi salam. And this is the last stage of Hazrat Jibrail alayhi salam, but a human being has the capacity to go beyond Hazrat Jibrail alayhi salam. Now, if you remember last 2 weeks back, I did give you the definition of life. What is life? Life is the aspect of existence that processes, acts, reacts, evaluates, and evolve. These are part of the life. Okay. The one thing we have, then we have two kind of life. One is those creation of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, they breathe in this materialistic world, and those are 3: human being, plants, and animal. And the one which doesn't need breathe, when we say non-living being, but nothing is non-living in this world. Every single creation of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has life. We don't have the comprehension to understand the life of these things, because in the Quran there are 6 surahs which start with either Sabbaha lillah, Yusabbihu lillah, or Sabbih isma rabbikal a'la. There are 6 surahs, and in all 5 of them surahs, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, whatever you can imagine. There are so many things which I've never seen in my entire life, but whatever you can imagine that thing exists or could exist, everything is doing tasbih to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. When it's doing tasbih, it means it has some sort of life, but we don't have the intellect to understand their life. For example, a bunch of people, a group of people came to the Holy Prophet. They were Jews, and they said that you claim to be the Prophet of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And the Holy Prophet said, yes, I am. And this person was holding few of the pebbles in his hand, the 5-6 pebbles in his hand. So he opened up his hand And he said, if these pebbles, if you are the Prophet of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, these pebbles must give an evidence for you as a prophet. Would you command these pebbles? The Holy Prophet didn't say, they were present there, they all heard in clear Arabic language the pebbles they were reciting, Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah wa ashhadu annaka Muhammadar Rasulullah. Yani you are Salam. So it means that when a person comes who has the ability to give the power to these things to speak. And the second example, if you remember from the previous week, the Holy Prophet only done one Hajj and he slaughtered 100 camels, 60 of them with his own hand. Normally it is very difficult to slaughter a camel because you have to nahar it. First you have to take all the blood out, to stab into the neck, the bottom part of the neck. When all the blood gushes out and when the camel falls onto the ground, then you go and you do the zib. But for the Holy Prophet, they knew this is the Holy Prophet. So the Holy Prophet, he was holding his sword like this, and the camels, they were coming themselves and they were putting their neck onto the sword of the Holy Prophet. Because they knew he is the Prophet of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. If a person follows the way of the Holy Prophet, this thing can come to any human being. After that, inshallah ta'ala, I complete the statement. The ability to grow, change, etc., that separates plant and animals from things like water and rocks. We see rocks, water, these things are, we say, is non-living beings. But I just give you one example and then I go into just a little statement from Nahj al-Balagha, where Imam Ali alayhi salam is talking about how the earth was created. Now, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in the Quran, we have created every single thing with the water. For example, you see this laptop. Apparently there is no connection between laptop and water. But this laptop can't come into existence because it's a combination of different ingredients or parts. These parts can never come into existence unless somewhere they are attached with the water. So water gives the life. And we eat all sorts of food, fruits, khubz or naan or whatever you said, biryani or everything, we eat this. Where are these things coming from? From the stone, from the earth. So the one, they are cause of our life, they cannot be dead existent. Keep this, inshallah, point in your mind. Now, you have heard one definition of life which was in the dictionary. And now I read the statement from Nahj al-Balagha, the very first sermon of Amir al-Mu'mineen alayhi salam. It takes you, if you read the way I'm speaking now, if you read like this, it only takes you 18 minutes to read the whole sermon. But this sermon has such a knowledge. In one sermon, I couldn't find it. There are 238, some books had 239 sermons of Amir al-Mu'mineen in Nahj al-Balagha, 79 letters and 480 short sayings. But this is the most comprehensive one. So, inshallah ta'ala, when we go to the creation of Adam alayhi salam and the human being, we will discuss rest of it, but I've got only one slide. So listen to these words of Amir al-Mu'mineen. Say salawat, please. Amir al-Mu'mineen says in his sermon, Almighty created the openings of atmosphere. So there was a time, there was no space. Now we see, if we go outside and we look towards the sky, we see so much space in between the earth and the heaven. There was a time, if there was a time, because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is beyond time and space. So first Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created the spaces, expanse of spaces and layer of winds. Then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created the wind. And then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala with the wind created another thing, and that was water. So these three things were there. First the spaces, then the wind, and then the water. Then the wind, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala commanded the wind to run into the water, and when the rain, I just give you simple because there are so many words, I just copy paste it, which my wife says you are master of that. So I give you this simple one because alhamdulillah, the idea of this part of the sermon, so I give you in easy words, so inshallah our children, they will understand as well. Now Amirul Mu'mineen says Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala first created these spaces, there was nothing. He created these spaces and then he created water. After the water he created the wind, furious wind. And then he commanded the wind, go into the water and start mixing the water. Yourself mix with the water. While Imam, I don't know if you have seen this or not, when you go to sometime Lahore, another part of Pakistan, you drink this lassi thing. When they make this lassi, it's a yogurt drink, which you call a yogurt drink, we say lassi. It has three things, the water underneath, and then there is a thick layer up on the top of the water, and then there is a foam or froth on the top of that thick layer. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala commanded the water, go into the wind, go into the water and start mixing. Well, it was so furiously mixed. After the mix, there were three things. The water was at the bottom, and on the top there was a thick layer, and then on the top there was foam or froth. Then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He commanded the froth to go into the air or the foam, and He created 7 skies with that. This is in there, inshallah ta'ala, you can read yourself, I'm just making it simple. And then that thick layer of, on the top of the water, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala expand the earth from there. This was the dry part. Now water is underneath, on the top is earth, and there is a sky. And the very point where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala started the earth to come into existence, that is the middle point of Baytullah, where Amirul Mu'mineen alayhi salam was born. So you can see there are so many things here. That is the middle point of that Baytullah, that cubic building which we call Kaaba. Kaaba is the cubic, and Baytullah or Qibla. Qibla means direction, and Baytullah, the house of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So this is the point, and then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala expand this earth, and this earth come into existence. This is the very first creation. Here we say this is the stone age, and for God knows how many million years, only Allah knows, for how many million years the earth was like this. Then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in Surah An-Naba, the first surah of 30th juz, amma yatasa'alun anil naba'il azim alladhi hum fihi mukhtalifun kalla sayalamun. This surah, in this surah Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, then this earth on the top of the water is attached with the earth. This thick layer of earth, it was on the top of the water, and it was just moving like this, like a swing. It was moving like this. So then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in Surah An-Naba, then we put huge mountain like Himalayas or K2 or Hindu Kush or the other mountain. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says that I put those mountain into it like you put nails into the ground to make the things firm. So the earth become firm. And for how long, only Allah knows. It was the stone age, because the earth needed time. There were so many different gases. So when it comes to, I just need to explain one point here. When it comes to the theory of evolution, Maulana Charles Darwin, he was Maulana as well, because his father was a priest and he was Maulana from the Christian community. He was priest island, and he saw some things there and it changed his mind. But later on, before his death, he was the person who denied the theory of evolution. He was the one who denied. But we do not deny the theory of evolution the way they explain. Yes, we deny that. But there was a prime matter, and this prime matter with a big bang, it opened up and it took the shape. We are talking about the same thing. If you go into the first khutbah of Najul Balagha, please keep in your mind that we want to understand this our great Lord. And we have two ways to understand. Either we can know Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala through Him, or either through His creation we go to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And this is something which we can see and which we can relate. Now, For God knows how long it was Stone Age. Then the time comes for the dinosaurs and huge animals. And after these animals, millions of years, it was like this. And then we have a kind of animal, but they were in between the animal and the human being, like the Homo sapiens. They were like this. Imam Sadiq alayhi salam says in one of his hadiths that Hazrat Adam alayhi salam is not the first Adam. I've got 1 minute, inshallah. Hazrat Adam alayhi salam is not the first Adam. He says he is the 31st Adam. Before Hazrat Adam alayhi salam, there were 30 Adam. Adam came into existence, but they were not Khalifatul fil Ard. Their intellect level was not on to the level where Hazrat Adam alayhi salam was. Inshallah ta'ala, with the will of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, we will start, but I just take, inshallah, with the permission of my brother, my nephew Hamza Shaji. Knowing Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the purpose of our life. وَمَا خَلَقْتُ الْجِنَّ وَالْإِنسَ إِلَّا لِيَعْبُدُونَ. And because I'm a student, so I know it is very, very difficult. It took me long time to understand. But please, slowly, slowly, we will understand. So don't be disheartened. If you have any question, you got the group, you send your question there, I can answer you there. And inshallah from today, I'll make the PDF file of slides. You keep the slides there, match up with the speech, and inshallah ta'ala, you will understand something. I tell you one thing, infallibles, Imam says that if a person in his whole life only have one science, one knowledge to have, that is knowing Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Wa akhiru dawana and alhamdulillahi rabbil alameen. Salawat bar Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. Okay, Jana.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. First of all, I'd like to congratulate everybody on the Mawlid of Imam Sahib al-Asr wa Zaman, Imam Mahdi Ajallahu Ta'ala Farajahu Sharif. And secondly, thank everybody for coming. We really appreciate your support, and obviously we're trying to do these events to bring the youth, and not just the youth, to bring everybody under the banner of Wilayah, hence why we're called Wilayah Youth. The one thing that we've got in common, as I said in the first time we all met, is Wilayah. You know, it doesn't matter what you are outside the masjid, but under this roof we're all brothers, and we're all brothers because we believe in the Wilayah of Amir al-Mu'mineen. So today, as you can see, it's a Mawlid or Jashan program, and what I wanted to say is we have something very special. We believe in a savior that is to come, but he is born, he is alive. A lot of our other brothers, they may not believe he's here yet, but we've got somebody to talk to, we've got somebody to be there for us. And in Surah Al-Baqarah it says, those who believe in the unseen, we are among those people. We believe in somebody, we can't see him, but we need to believe him, but not just believe him with the tongue. We need to believe him with our hearts. And inshallah, these sort of programs and these gatherings and these get-togethers, this is what brings us together, inshallah, to feel that and also to deepen the attachment with the Imam. You know, what we need to do, inshallah, as the days go by, especially this is for myself first, is build that attachment and build that love for our Imam. We say we believe him, we say he's here, but do we actually believe it in our heart? So one of the things, or a few of the things that we could all do is, when we're doing something on a day-to-day basis, just do one thing or one a'mal and say, I'm going to gift it to the Imam. To build that connection and build that bond and build something from him. Even if you want to read one line of the Quran, get close to the Quran and try building that love, and not just the love for, oh, I'm reading the Quran, but the love for our Imam. Because we always say, oh, when is the Imam going to come? When is the Imam going to come? The Imam's not waiting for us to say when he's going to, he's waiting for us. We need to change, we need to do something, because we don't want to be of those people when the Imam comes and then he's like, you guys called me and none of you are ready. So inshallah, with that in mind, I want to lighten up the mood a little bit. So give us a Nare Takbir, Nare Risalat, Nare Hadari. Haydari! Haydari! Okay, all the brothers, all the youngsters, please, let's make a bit of an atmosphere. So come close. You're sitting all scattered like it's COVID-19, but it's not. So if you can come close and let's build a little bit of a atmosphere so we can get the speaker on or the reciter on. Brothers, come forward, please. Don't be shy today because you're not our guests. You're not Wilayah Youth's guests. You're the guest of the Imam. And if the Imam called you guys here and he said, this is my majalis, this is my jashan, I'm pretty sure all of us would be up for it and we'd be buzzing and we'd be trying to make him like look at us and get his attention. So without further ado, I'm going to call my brother, well, he is my brother, he's my brother-in-law, Sadiq Muhammadi. He's worked for the Big Four accounts company. He's also working in central London now for a top account company. And he's also written this poem. It's a Farsi poem, but he's added his own little spice and twist to it in English. So inshallah, everybody welcome him with a loud salawat.
Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. I'm a little bit nervous, so please bear with me and try as best to engage as much as possible to make it as joyous as possible. So as Hamza mentioned, this is a Farsi nasheed, but I've added a little bit of twist to it, so inshallah we can all understand some of it as well. The chorus, I'm going to recite the chorus once, and then Hamza is going to say the chorus as well, and everyone please try and say the chorus as well, just so we can lift the atmosphere a little bit.
Everybody, we're going to clap with this one.
Clap as well, yeah. But
don't be shy.
Please,
Don't be like nervous.
but please clap in the same rhythm as Hamza, because then it will make it a little bit better. This is the chorus. آغام مهدی آغام مهدی دلبر جونم مهدی آغام مهدی آغام مهدی آغام مهدی آغام جونم مهدی آغام مهدی آغام مهدی دلبر جونم مهدی بپوشید گل صحرا و در و دشت کی میلاد آقام صاحب زمونه جونم فدای ناز نگاهش چشمم کنم فرش در زیر پای آقا مهدی آقا مهدی دلبر جونم مهدی آقا مهدی آقا مهدی دلبر جونم. He is the awaited one, but he is waiting for the 313. He is waiting. We ask for his reappearance, but we need to take some actions from today. Let's go over these. Let's try to pray on time, give more to charity, and join Wilayah Youth. Come join Wilayah Youth. آقا مهدی آقا مهدی دلبر جونم مهدی آقا مهدی آقا مهدی آقا مهدی یا عباس هر کجا رفتی یاد ما هم باش یاد ما هم باش آقا مهدی آقا مهدی آقا مهدی آقا مهدی یا عباس هر کجا رفتی یاد ما هم باش یاد ما هم باش نجف رفتی کربلا رفتی سامرا رفتی یاد ما هم باش مدینه رفتی کاظمین رفتی مشهد رفتی یاد ما هم باش آقا مهدی آقا مهدی دلبر جونم مهدی آقا مهدی آقا مهدی آقا مهدی شب جمعه ای گل زهرا هر کجا رفتی یاد ما هم باش Oh Abbas Saleh wherever you go please think of me in your du'as Oh Abbas Saleh wherever you go please think of me in your du'as آقا مهدی آقا مهدی دلبر جونم مهدی آقا مهدی آقا مهدی دلبر جونم مهدی آقا مهدی آقا مهدی آقا مهدی دلبر جونم مهدی آقا مهدی صلوات على محمد وآل محمد
اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد وعجل فرجهم. All right, it's not a crime to smile, guys. It's a Jashan event. Like I said, if the Imam's here and he's like, you guys want me to come, but you're all moody. All right, so smile. And inshallah, smiling, I'm not just telling you to smile for the sake of smiling, but smile is an act of worship. When another brother sees you smile and it brings happiness to his heart, especially if he's a brother in Wilayah, you can't get any better than that. So, as the brother said, and he touched on my point, the Imam's waiting for us. And also, one of the things that we can do is join Wilayah youth. Okay? We all want you to support us, and none of this is possible without you guys coming here. Yeah? None of this is possible without your support, be it financial support, be it support in coming, be it support in giving us words of encouragement and advising. Like the brother said, he's not shy. He said to you, like, he's not embarrassed to tell you he's shy. A lot of the youngsters here, they got so much raw talent. There's so much talent in this masjid. But it's okay. We need to be here to support each other, to bring each other up, and inshallah, give this platform to the youngsters. There's so much people in here that can recite. There's people here that can write poems. Look, he's not a poet by trait, but he's added something to this poem, and he's come up and he's given it as a gift to Imam Zaman. So when we do these little things and gift things that we can do to build our relationship with the Imam, this will slowly get us that one step closer. And inshallah, one day he does make his reappearance and we all can witness it. So please recite aloud salawat in honor of Imam Zaman, Ajallahu Ta'ala Farajahu Sharif. Okay, so now I'm going to invite my other brother-in-law, who is, mashallah, he is part of the community. He's come from Luton and he's an Oxford graduate in politics and history, but he is also studying a PhD at the moment in politics, political history. The reason why I touched upon this is because, you know, when we grow up in certain areas, like we come from Luton, and a lot of people say, oh, you can't do this, and it puts us down a little bit. This just shows Oxford's the best uni in the world. Yeah, like, and somebody from here, somebody that's part of you, part of our local community can do it. You know, we can achieve whatever we want. The Imam, I think Imam Jafar as-Sadiq alayhi salam said, when I come to the community, we don't need to all just be praying and fasting. It's not about that. It needs to be an essence to what we do, right? He wants to see the Shia the most educated. He wants to see the Shia the most athletic and fit. He wants to see the Shia the most richest. You know, we have this thing that, oh, because I'm a Muslim or a Shia, I can't be rich. You know, we have this negative, oh, because I'm this, I've got to be humble. Zuhud is totally different to putting yourself down. You can have all the money in the world, but don't have attachment to it. You can have all of the knowledge in the world, but don't get arrogant because of it. You know, you got brothers here, the likes of Rahman, Sadiq, and a lot of the young brothers here that have achieved so much in such a short span. You know, this is like a motivation for all of us, that we can do it. But also the compass and the forefront of all should be for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Don't just do things and don't just go about your day just going through the motion. When you're doing something, any sort of act, bring it back to what you're doing. When you go to work, it's for the sake of Allah. When you go to school, it's for the sake of Allah. When you're studying, it's for the sake of Allah. When people, even if your teacher in school is annoying, or your college or your lecturer, remember, you want to respect them because they've got a status. When your parents are telling you something, you're like, oh, I can't be bothered to do it. Do it, because always have at the back of your mind, it's for the sake of Allah, and I'm going to do it with the intention of these actions that I'm going to do. I'm going to gift it to the Imam, and inshallah the Imam accepts what I do, and I put a smile on his face. We don't want to be of those people that when he sees our deeds every week, he's like, okay, this person made me upset. You made me upset. You done this, you done that. We want to be the ones. Imagine the Imam says, oh, do you know when you done that deed? You made me smile. You know, you're going to go to school, you're going to go to college or uni, and you're going to feel peer pressure to do stuff. You know, you might have your friends saying, oh no, smoke this. Oh no, do this. Oh no, don't worry, do that. Nobody's here. But remember, we have an Imam that is alive, right? And we are his representatives. You don't just need to be a Maraja to represent the Imam. We are the Imam's representatives. When you say it with your chest that I'm a Shia of Ali. I'm a representative of my Imam. You know, so when you go out there, you should be proud, but don't be arrogant. Proud in the sense that when somebody tells you do something bad, says, no. I believe in something far greater. I believe in a person that this whole universe, the whole world's created for him. So why am I going to lower myself and do these acts? It is difficult, and we've all been there. And especially the youngsters, we've been where you've been. We've been in school. We've been around bad environments. We've seen different crowds. But remember, environment, you've got your brothers with you. When you're in trouble, if you're getting bullied, or if you feel peer pressure, or you're worried, if you're uncomfortable to talk to a speaker, talk to one of the brothers here. Talk to one of the elders here. We've got people with bunch of experience in all of these fields, so don't feel like we're going to leave you out or you're left out. No, you're part of a massive brotherhood, you're part of a community, and again, you should be proud that I am part of the community of Ali. I am part of the community that believes in Wilayah, and that should give you that strength. Don't be lazy. When you're doing something, do it with 100% conviction. Like Sadiq said, he was nervous. He felt a bit embarrassed, but he come up and done it. Grab the bull by the horns because we're Shia. You know, this is not a small thing. You guys are special. You're Shia of Ali. I don't know how much times I should repeat, but this is something like, it's gold. It's worth more than its weight in gold. You know? Ya Ali! So now I'm going to call my brother Rahman, who's going to do some spoken word poetry. So please welcome him with a loud salawat ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. نعرہ تکبیر نعرہ رسالت نعرہ حیدری 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 صلوات علی محمد و آل محمد
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم إن الله وملائكته يصلون على النبي يا أيها الذين آمنوا صلوا عليه وسلموا تسليما. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I had two poems planned, but I will recite one so we can make some time for later people. This poem is by Nuri Sardar. I didn't write it myself. Who am I to complain about your absence on my eye? Who am I to complain about your absence on my eye? Can I ask, where are you? Can I ask, where are you? When I should ask, where am I? Who am I to let tears come anywhere near my eye? when my sins outweigh the number of days that pass by? Who am I to pretend that your absence tortures me? Were I to look into your eyes, my eyes will fall shy. When my sins make my master weep every Thursday night, whilst meanwhile these same sins make me do nothing but sigh. I watch the world burn, and I have two choices. I can cry, or I can cry and use the tears that I cry. I can be the lover who weeps at his lover's absence, or I can be he who refuses a last goodbye. I can sit in a room and just say, yes, I'm waiting. Or to prepare the ground for your return, I can try. I can love you. I can love you. But love alone is just not enough. When you act because you love, you can hold your head high. I can say I'm waiting, or I can actually prepare. So I speak to you with a tongue of truth, not lie, so I can obey your orders like the best of companions, and not reply to every order, the word. Why? So I can see that you are you when you reappear, or else come back at your service long, long after I die. Who am I to call you out every Friday morning? Who am I to call you out every Friday morning and pretend to get upset when you don't reply? Who am I to call out, where are you? I am ready. Who am I to call out, where are you? I am ready. I'm waiting for you. Ya Imam, I'm waiting for you, but maybe, just maybe, you're waiting for me. Salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. I'll finish on that poem, and then I'll pass it on to the next performer, inshallah. I have one more, but I just he's got his things right. Okay. I'm coming back due to popular demand. This poem is by Abir Safa. I wonder about the trees that sway as if they're caught in a tune I cannot hear. I wonder about the sky that forms shapes and carries colors around the earth. I wonder about the ocean that is pulled by the roundness of the moon. I wonder about all of his signs around us, and how he swears by them first. Is there a plant in all of the universe that is not created in a pair? Or a ship that floats wonderfully as if it is being carried by the air? Is there a sun more beautiful than this, that even our eyes cannot stare? Or a burden that he does not alleviate, so our backs can bear? And for all these blessings, how grateful should we be? Even the scale of our deeds cannot hold the gratitude we must have, nor the galaxies that expand or the heavens that hold beautiful springs. I know I must be grateful, but I am grateful for one particular thing. It is the life amongst us. The life amongst us. The life within us. The life within us that has held the world together for all of these years. Ya Rab, my Lord, how grateful can I be for our Imam, who cares for us as infants and prays for our subsistence. Ya Rab, my Lord, what gratitude is enough to express such a love for your most loved creation? A moment does not pass where he is not in sujood. Nor a moment passes where he is not leading the way. When we are lost or broken in every which way, I know that his du'as have kept us together. I watched the rose bloom in my hand. I watched the rose bloom in my hand, though I did not water. I lived with freedom amongst our land, though I did not establish it. I smiled at the bird as it ate from the feeder, though I did not fill it. I smelled the sweetness of the cedar, though I did not plant it. I give thanks for the supper on the table, though I did not spread it. I saw a poem fall from my quill, though I did not write it. I know now your prayers, Ya Imam, are our sustenance. وصل على محمد وآل محمد.
اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد. Ahsan, thank you very much. Beautifully recited, and it just shows that what the Imam does for us, we can't imagine all of the blessings we're getting because of him, all the blessings that we get because of the Ahlul Bayt alayhi salam. And just a short reminder that every Tuesday we want to do these events to bring you guys closer. Number one, as a community. Number two, we're all brothers and sisters. And number three, closer for the sake of the Imam. Everything we do, everything anybody does when they come here is for the sake of the Imam. None of this is because we done this, he done this. Everybody is welcome. We want to take your suggestions. We want your help. We want your support. And we want you to keep bringing the children. Keep coming yourselves. And inshallah, slowly, we will, inshallah, build that community and build that group that will help the Imam of our time. With the loud salawat. I was going to say, before we do a loud salawat, when we say this salawat, everybody close your eyes and feel the presence of the Imam. Because you don't know, the Imam could be here. The Imam could be seeing, he's like, these are the people. You know, when we read Hadith-e-Qissa, we say the angels come down to these gatherings and they get their wings and they take the dust off the floor from these sort of gatherings. You know? So when you read this salawat, feel the presence of the Imam. Actually believe it in your heart that he's here. He's listening to us. He's seeing us. And feel that when I say this salawat, I'm gifting it purely to the Imam with no other intention, and this is your gift for his birthday. So with that, please recite a loud salawat in honor of our Savior and our leader, Imam Akhir al-Zaman. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad wa ajil farajahum. So now lastly, I'm going to invite our brother, another Oxford graduate. It's like we've got all the Oxford graduates here today. Brother Mahdi, he is already an Oxford graduate, but he's also studying his master's in data science. He's also the president of Oxford ABSOC, and he's also, mashallah, got an amazing voice. So inshallah, with a loud salawat, I'm not going to waste any more time. Please invite Brother Mahdi to the stage. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad wa ajil farajahum. Nare takbir, nare risalat, panj narai panj tani savalak, nare Salawat ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad.
Assalamu alaikum. Thank you for the flattering intro. We're gathered tonight to commemorate a man, a person whose light isn't just his own, but is an extension from the lights that came before him. Is an extension of the greatest of lights to bless the face of this earth. None other than Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa alihi wa sallam. Now this beautiful man, Rasulullah Muhammad, what do the poets say about him? البدر كطلعته وجه جميل. The moon is like his gaze, a beautiful face. Notice how the poet says the moon is like him, not he is like the moon. والشمس كبسمته ظل ظليل. The sun is like his smile, a gracious shade. هو عبد الله سيد الخلق ومصطفى. He's the servant of God, the leader of all creation, and the chosen one from amongst them. وحبيب الله خير مبعوث لوحي الله. And the one God loves, the best messenger for his revelation. And the poet continues. قمر 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 سيدنا النبي قمر. Like the moon, like the moon, like the moon. Our master, the prophet, is like the moon. وجميل 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 سيدنا النبي وجميل. And beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Our master, the prophet, is beautiful. صلوا على محمد وعلى محمد. I hope you're ready, warmed up, sleeves are rolled up for some clapping, for some energy, for making some noise, inshallah. A loud salawat, the loudest you could possibly go. Salawat! Wow. Usually you need to go like a few times to get to that level of volume, but mashallah, Luton is definitely warmed up. Can we move a little closer before I begin? Get nice and... Yes. We are one. I hope everyone's familiar with Maher Zain, yeah? Star of the Muslim community. Who knows? Ya Nabi salam alayka. Yes, okay, there we go, you continued it, okay. So that's what we're gonna do, and follow my cue for the clapping. أنت نور الله فجرا جئت بعد العسر يسرا ربنا أعلاك قدرا يا إمام الأنبياء أنت في الوجدان حي أنت للعينين ضي أنت عند أنت هاد وصفي يا حبيبي يا محمد يا نبي سلام عليك يا رسول سلام عليك يا حبيب سلام عليك صلوات الله عليك يا نبي سلام عليك صلوات الله عليك. With submission, faith and patience, you conveyed the noble message, brought us light through your guidance. Peace be upon you, my beloved. أيها المختار فينا زادنا الحب حنينا جئتنا بالخير دينا يا ختام المرسلين يا حبيبي يا محمد يا نبي سلام عليك يا رسول سلام عليك يا حبيب سلام عليك يا نبي سلام عليك عليك يا حبيب سلام عليك صلوات الله عليك صلوات. Next in this line of lights, someone who's very special to us, someone who we all know, none other than Imam Ali ibn Abi Talib. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad. And what does this Imam say? دواؤك فيك وما تشعر. Your cure is within you, but you don't sense it. وداؤك منك وما تنظر. And your sickness is from you, yet you don't look. This is the tradition we have. How deep this is. وتحسب أنك جرم صغير. And you think that you are being small. وفيك طوى العالم الأكبر. While within you is unfolded the greatest universe. We've covered the Arabic poetry, we've covered the poetry of the Imam. Now moving further east, the Persian poetry, the Urdu poetry. سر کوی بلند فریاد کردم علی شیر خدا را یاد کردم علی شیر خدا را یاد کردم علی شیر خدا یا شاه مردان دل ناشاد ما را شاد گردان دل ناشاد ما را شاد گردان حسبی ربی جل الله ما فی قلبی غیر الله نور محمد صلی الله 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 لا اله الا الله و تنها کنه الله پادشاه کنه مهربان کنه الله کیون چی شانه उसकी सब निशान है सब दिलों की जान है अल्लाह हस्बी रब्बी जल्लल्लाह अल्लाह अल्लाह ما في قلبي غير الله نور محمد صلى الله 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 لا إله إلا الله حسبي ربي جل الله ما في قلبي غير الله. That's right, keep it going. نور محمد صلى الله حسبي ربي جل الله ما في قلبي غير الله الله نور محمد صلى الله 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 لا إله إلا الله 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 صلوا على محمد وآل محمد. Can we get a Nare Haydari? Anyone brave enough? علي يا علي يا علي 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 مولاي علي علي مولاي علي علي مولاي علي 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 مولاي علي علي مولاي علي علي مولاي علي. You know it. علي 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 حب علي فوز الشيعي غدا حب علي فوز الشيعي غدا فامدد لي في يوم حسابي يدا فامدد لي في يوم حسابي يدا إن صلاتي ثم صيامي إذا إن صلاتي ثم صيامي إذا لم يشفع لي حيدر ضاعت سدا لم يشفع لي حيدر ضاعت سدا صهر الهادي أنت منادي صهر الهادي أنت مرادي هادي أنت مرادي علي علي مولا علي علي مولا علي علي مولا علي. Let me hear you. ما شاء الله ما شاء الله علي علي مولا. Let your love out. علي علي مولا علي علي مولا علي علي مولا علي لي حب علي فوز الشيعي غدا حب علي فوز الشيعي غدا فامدد لي في يوم حسابي يدا فامدد لي في يوم حسابي يدا وانقذني من نار جحيم وهان وانقذني من نار جحيم وهان رمت شفيعا غير إمام الهدى علي علي مولاي. This is the last one. This is the last one. علي علي مولا علي علي مولا علي علي مولا علي 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 مولا علي علي مولا علي علي مولا علي 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 مولا 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 علي. صلوات. Subhanallah, the love for Ali is burning in this building. MashaAllah. MashaAllah. Now we reach our Imam, Imam Sahib al-Asri wa Zaman, Hajjalallahu ta'ala farajah. Throughout the centuries, many have written about him. But I'm drawn to a particular poem by Hafiz Shirazi. In the 14th century, he writes, O King of the righteous, I cry from the pain of loneliness. Del mi to me وقت است که بازایی وقت است که باز آیی. A heart without you goes mad. It is time, it is time, it is time for you to come once again. Salawat ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad. And in the end, what is this story all about? It's a story of love. It's a story of happiness, the story of the Ahlul Bayt, alayhimus salam. It is a story that the Quran describes for each of them. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم يا أيتها النفس المطمئنة. O you soul who has reached certainty, who has reached tranquility. This is the goal of each and every one of our lives, to reach that state of tranquility, that state of oneness. ارجعي إلى ربك راضية مرضية. Return to your Lord, O soul, pleased and satisfied. Not a single problem in this heart is contained within those who return to Allah in this state of tranquility. فادخلي في عبادي وادخلي جنتي. Then enter amongst my servants, amongst the other people who have reached this maqam, this station, and enter my garden. And the poets write, إن في الجنة نهرا من لبن. إن في الجنة نهرا من لبن لعلي وحسين وحسن. لعلي وحسن. Surely a river of milk flows in heaven. Surely a river of milk flows in heaven for Ali and Hussein and Hassan. For Ali and Hassan. كل من كان محبا لهم. كل من كان محبا لهم يدخل الجنة من غير حزن. يدخل الجنة من غير حزن. إن في الجنة نهرا من لبن. إن في الجنة نهرا من لبن لعلي لعلي. حب آل البيت فرض عندنا. حب آل البيت فرض عندنا. وبهذا الحب لا نخشى المحن. وبهذا الحب لا نخشى المحن. How beautiful. For us love of Ahlul Bayt is a duty. For of love of Ahlul Bayt is a beauty. And with love like this we fear no misery. And with love like this we fear no misery. For us love of Ahlul Bayt is a duty. For us love of Ahlul Bayt is a beauty. And with love like this we fear no misery. And with love like this we fear no misery. إن في الجنة نهرا. إن في الجنة نهرا من لبن وحسين وحسن. وحسين وحسن. One more. إن في الجنة نهرا من لبن. إن في الجنة لعلي وحسين وحسن. For who? وحسين وحسن صلوات الله على رسول الله وعلى أهل بيته أجمعين صلوات. This has been a lot of fun, but I think my time has expired. Ya Ali! Ya Ali! I'm going to test your knowledge of nasheed. There's a pretty good one. There's a banger, which I hope most of you know. It's Basim Karbalai. Basim Karbalai, yeah? Yeah, he's a legend. He got it. That's pretty good. Ali, 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 Ali. Ali, 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 Ali. Ali, 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 Ali. رب العلا اختاره ما نعرف اسراره رب العلا اختاره ما نعرف اسراره علي 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 كلمة علي درب العدل تهدينا يا مشدد من كل شدد يحمينا كلمة علي درب العدل تهدينا يا مشدد من كل شدد يحمينا منو الحفظ نهج الرسول ودينا منو الخليفة من بعد هادينا شما ندرس افكاره ما نعرف اسراره رب العلا اختاره ما نعرف اسراره علي 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 ونحكي الحقيقة وهذا بيني وبينك انت يا مؤمن منه قرت عينك منو الذي ثبت قواعد دينك ومنو الذي نور ظلام سنينك شما ندرس افكاره ما نعرف اسراره رب العلا اختاره ما نعرف اسراره علي 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 يا فارس بكل الحروب نشوفه يا هو القلع باب الكفر بجفوفه يا بطل صولاتي خدت معروفة ومن الذي لون انذبح منعوفة شما نتبع آثاره ما نعرف أسراره رب العلا اختاره ما نعرف أسراره علي 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 صلوا على محمد وآل محمد. Thank you, thank you. Nare Haydari! 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 Salawat. If we can all rise to finish with the salams upon the 14 Masumeen. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم السلام عليك يا رسول الله يا نبي الله السلام عليك يا علي بن أبي